Hey up, lad. It's Dan. I'm from Yorkshire. I didn't get up by 3 o'clock. Had 4 pints of Tetley's and went down the pub, had another 5 pints. Then I went home, beat up wife, went Ellen Road, seen Leeds United beat Sheffield Wednesday 4-0. And a Yorkshire pudding.
What? Oh, yes, fine.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of spoilerCast. You'll be the death of me, or Catherine, or Heathcliff.
Is that really the intro?
That's gonna be the intro now, yes. It's gonna be the intro, because he talks like this the entire movie. Yes, my name is Tobias, and welcome to the spoilerCast. This is also my co-host and trusty co-host and sister, Rebecca. So you can see it's in the middle of the... Well, you can't see, but you might notice it's the middle of the night because we just got home from watching Wuthering Heights.
Woo!
Yes. We're going to talk about Emerald Fennel's adaptation, her version of Wuthering Heights, starring Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie and some other people we don't know. Hong Chao was the only one I recognized. You all know the story. It's Heathcliff, it's Catherine, and they're madly in love. But they can't be in love because she's married to another man.
And all that stuff. I haven't actually seen any other movie adaptation nor read the book, so I knew shit.
I know the Cliff's Notes. I've never read the book. I think I've seen a version of it a long time ago. But not that I really remember anything. So this is, it's really me discovering it for the first time. Yeah. I'll say this before we even get into it. I was not really pumped to see this one. Not because of the source material. I mean, I like me a good old classic love story. I'm just not a big fan of Emerald Fennel as a filmmaker. But we'll get to that. Let's do this the right way. What did you think of Wuthering Heights?
I thought it was pretty good, actually. It was captivating. It was definitely visually striking.
Sure.
It's pretty darn good. For lack of better words.
Anything in particular?
Mostly the visuals, the fashion, the design, and all that stuff was what... Even that was basically only why I wanted to go see it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I'm not usually one for dramas and romance like that.
Yeah.
Not in movie form, at least. I'd rather read about it, I guess. But in movie forms, it often goes very close to the edge of, like, cringy. A bit too much.
Yeah.
Which this... was very close to that edge sometimes.
Yeah.
Almost even tipping over for a few moments. But I thought it was a fascinating way of telling a story that I know everyone knows. There was this, like, gothic, almost modern undertone to the sets, which made it very interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
What did you think?
I thought it was... I don't know. I don't want to say pretty bad. It was somewhere between okay and bad. I don't know.
Oh gosh. Even though it's your new man crush in it?
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
No. Well, my new man crush. Listen, I was not a fan of Jacob Elordi until I saw Frankenstein. I thought he was great in Frankenstein, but having seen him in this now, I'm thinking he might be a little one note. He doesn't have a great range.
Yeah.
He's good at playing. Good at playing the sad himbo.
Slightly masochistic one.
Yeah. Which he does well, but I mean, that's Saltburn. That's Frankenstein. It's this. He wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, oh my god, it wasn't a revelation. I haven't really seen him in Euphoria. I heard he played like an asshole in Euphoria.
He's basically this, but modern and younger.
Oh, okay. So yeah. He keeps
a bit of a douchebag, basically.
Yeah. That's what I've heard and what I've seen clips of from Euphoria. I saw one episode of that and was like, nope, not for me. Yeah, no, this was. I mean, it's not bad. Like, yeah, I like the costumes and the set design. Like you said, the set design was very modern, almost impressionistic. It reminded me a lot of. Did we watch the movie The Devils? About the nuns who are like madly in love with their priest, and they live in this big, like, huge white tiled like cloister. I think we did a Patreon episode on that. Well, some of the Wuthering Heights
from
sets.
What year?
70, 73, 70 something.
Oh yeah, that one. Yes, yes.
With Oliver something in the lead as the priest.
Yeah, Oliver Reed.
Oliver Reed, right? Yes, the man's man. It reminded me of that a little bit because a lot of Wuthering Heights, the actual estate Wuthering Heights, not the movie, had a lot of like blank like tiles on the outside instead of like rough stone.
Yeah.
So it also reminded me a lot of like, because it was very, like I said, very gothic, very very like modern inspired gothic. Made me think a lot of Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula.
Yes.
Same.
Even
more theatrical than that, but it had hints of that, especially with all the red and all the darkness.
Yes.
Now, if you want to talk gothic love story, wow, that one.
I thought of like at least what I remember from like Crimson Peak a little bit, but that's more dark.
That's more dark, more like ghostly.
A little bit of like the new Frankenstein or Pretty Little Thing a little bit.
You mean Poor Things?
Poor Things, yeah.
Yeah, sure. But that's even more fantastical.
Yeah, sure. But it has this almost macabre weirdness to it.
Yeah, it's not quite...
But very stylistically and modernized.
They're not going for like 100% like historical accuracy. It's supposed to give you this feeling of a romanticized version of the like 1800s or 1700s, whatever this is supposed to be.
You know what this kind of felt like, and this is gonna sound so weird. It almost felt a little bit like a fan fiction version.
Yeah, well,
both in style and what I'm assuming are some artistic freedom when it comes to the writing.
Yeah. The artistic license.
Yeah.
Taken with the artistic license, yeah.
Yes. No, but yeah. Specifically.
I think the same thing. I might be wrong, though, but I don't think the original text is this horny.
No, I'm assuming it's like more pining than horny.
Obviously, it's gonna be because that's why it's stood the test of time. It is very like it's very full of lust and all that, but it's not this touchy,
horny.
licking, sucking, horny. It's very.
That's where the fan fiction comes in.
Yeah, and I think that's also why this movie is being made now by the person who's made it, Emerald Fennel. I think this is very much. I mean, judging from other movies that are being made now, like or books that are being adapted now. We recently talked on Patreon about The Housemaid, based on the book, of course. We saw a trailer for the new Colleen Hoover movie, Memories of Him or whatever it's called.
Something like that.
And of course,
remember him last time.
Yeah, or a year or two ago, we had It Ends With Us or whatever it's called. Also Colleen Hoover.
Which is also
It's almost like a revival of the shitty teen romance drama from like Twilight and all the movies that came out during that time.
I'd say started when Netflix decided to make To All the Boys I Loved Before as a movie, and then they just kept going with All the Boys Before movies.
Yeah.
Then we had Where the Crawdads Sing and
that
The Sunrise Turned Pretty.
Yeah, Crawdads Sing. At least the book isn't that much.
No, but it's a girl's book.
Yeah, well,
being turned into a movie.
Yeah, sure. No, but that's what I was gonna get at. I think it is because that Hollywood has now realized that Booktok is like an actual like revenue stream they haven't tapped into quite yet. Like, millions of girls are now buying books like by the dozens.
That's
and
what Reese Witherspoon did where the crawdads sing.
Yeah, they're mostly buying like garbage romance books like this.
Let's not call it garbage.
Yes, I will, because let's go on a first tangent then. There has literally been, and it's even some people in the Booktok spheres noticed that because the writers now are noticing what is selling, which is, sleazy romance books like this, page turners, the language in the new books that are being written and that are becoming popular, it has like drastically gone down in like complexity.
Sure.
It's the content, it's the slopification of books now, of literature, which we have seen with like YouTube videos and movies to a certain degree. Now it has come for books. The last bastion of good writing, because like people are literally noticing,
they're
like,
catering to their audience.
Yeah, and the audience, and by catering to an audience or catering to their audience, it's like an evil circle. Like people buy the like easily digestible romance or romantasy stuff. So people are like, they really like the easily digestible, like pretty simple, straightforward romancy. So if I write an even more digestible, even more easily like capturing love story, they'll buy that, and then they buy that and then love it even more.
I know.
The next book has to be even
that
simpler.
Yeah. It used to be that you buy books or you read books to increase your vocabulary and to grow your brain, so to speak.
Yeah. Now
it's short form content, but on pages.
Yeah, it's to instantly gratify your most basest desires, basically. Not just that, but you know what I mean. It's becoming more and more easily digestible to the point where it's becoming simple. And
there
I think
are definitely books like that.
Yeah.
But it's unfair to say that all books are like that.
No, not all books, but in the Booktok sphere, that's becoming a problem. Like the most popular books are becoming that.
They're not even reading the books anymore. They're just flipping through them and reading a review on the few pages they actually read.
Yeah, that too.
Because how else are you reading 25 books in a week?
Yeah, I know.
It's not possible. It's not possible. I'm sorry.
No.
Then you're unemployed, at least.
Or it's your job to make TikToks about, look at all these books I bought. I accidentally bought 35,000 books. Oops.
Yeah.
Building out my Booktok library. Book haul!
Okay, thank you.
And I think that is why this is being made. Because it's a classic, well-known love story. One that is incredibly, it is known as one of the great romances, so to speak, in literary history. That's what I'm trying to say. But this is. I hope the book isn't this simple, because if it is, I don't understand why it's so beloved. Because this is so incredibly straightforward. There are no twists or turns here at all. It's just from the very first fucking frame. It's just like, I know what this is about.
Now, there's this thing here.
Okay.
A lot of I haven't read these classics, but I've seen enough of the movies and I've read enough of about them. But a lot of these classics, the Brontë and the what's the other one?
Jane Austen,
and all that stuff. They are more or less simple romance stories that mainly speak to the female audience.
I saw a documentary earlier this year.
I wouldn't say that they are.
Yeah, but I was going to say, sorry for interrupting, but I saw an interview, and maybe that is because it was a bunch of fans of Jane Austen, but they really dug into her stuff and how it was actually challenging the way women were portrayed in books before, or how women were treated in society. And she wrote these revolutionary works of romance, but also there's political undertones and stuff like that. I didn't really
but
feel
that's
any
what
of that
today's
here.
books are as well. No, but there's this whole not wanting to wait for Mr. Luton or whatever the fuck his name was to come and introduce himself to her. She kind of takes it in her own hands and introduces herself in a very brash way. She isn't very quiet about how she feels about Heathcliff, towards him at least. She's very, yes, I like you, I will play with you, you are mine now, kind of, she's very assertive, which girls weren't supposed to be.
No.
So there's this heroine vibe about her, and that was a thing. But in the end, it's all about romance and about being wanted by the man that you want.
Yeah.
Which is the same now. That's just romance books in general.
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
It's the only difference here is that, which I'm not sure was in the original, is the whole kind of getting a little bit manhandled.
Yeah. Which is...
I'm not sure that was part of it.
Which is my next like what because you've asked like we've asked a couple of times I think, or what men actually want, and I gotta ask this question now. Like,
yeah.
What the hell do women actually want?
I don't.
They want to be fucking assertive and girl bosses and emancipated, but they also want a big burly man who just fucking pick them up and throw them around and fucking grab them by the hair and like, oh, like, what do you want? God damn it!
I don't know. A mix of both, I suppose, and a healthy dose of both.
but then there's that, and I mean, I guess there's something to that discussion that the women are like, why women like true crime stories and stuff like that, because they like the danger, but not really being in danger. Because then it's like, oh, you want it rough, and you want to be like, you want to be treated like a fucking. He even calls her a bitch at one point. You want to be you want to be the what is it, the Madonna, but also the vixen or whatever that thing is. But then there's this, okay. So guys go that, I'm gonna go for it. And then it's just like, at some point, it's like you go a little too far, and then it's just like, I was, and it's like, I don't know,
I think though,
of course,
the magic ratio here is, and this just is speculation here, but based on I'm not conversations I've had with other people.
I'm not discrediting people who are like, have been in that situation and had actual sexual assault and all that, but there's that element of danger, of taboo lust that women seem to like. And so it's like,
yes, but the point is that after that element of danger and the passion, so to speak, there needs to be some kindness and sweetness.
Sure, it's called aftercare.
Also known as aftercare.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's what's missing when it's usually turning into I feel used. When there's no aftercare, you feel used.
Oh, okay. Okay, sure, fair.
Very
okay.
simple, but most people don't seem to say that. I've never heard anyone explain it that way, but when they talk about it, it's like, yeah, but that's what you're saying. That's what you mean, though.
Yeah.
You want it rough, but then you want aftercare.
Yeah.
But you won't admit it.
Because you want to push to that edge where you almost have to go like, banana! And that's where you can't just stop.
Yeah.
You have to like, okay, let's take care of you then.
Yeah.
Which is like...
Exactly. Calm you down.
Yeah. Which is like, okay.
Which should be normal in my opinion, but I don't know.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think that is the thing. That is still, even though we're so sex positive nowadays, and we're so more open about all that stuff, but people are still such fucking prudes when it comes to what they like in the bedroom. It's like, just say what you want, and don't shame people for wanting stuff.
No.
Yeah. Actually,
as long as you don't force anyone else to do something they don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you discuss it first. But which can also, and I know some people say that makes it way too like clinical and boring. But yeah, it will be in the beginning.
Depends on how you talk about it, though.
It depends on how you talk about it, which this movie actually did very well in one scene between Isabella and Heathcliff, where when he comes into a room and he's like, yeah, Catherine is right. I can be very rough. I can be very cold. I will not say
I'm not gonna love you.
I'm not gonna love you. Do you want me to stop? And she's like, no. I will be very mean to you. I will use you only to hurt Catherine. Do you want me to stop? And he's like, no.
See, a thing about that though, specifically, he, in a sense, asked permission.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was...
It's
whoops.
Yeah, it's
which is also very attractive.
It's the consent thing. which
Yeah.
was such a big talking point a few years ago. Like, oh my god, it's impossible to like ask for consent and make it sexy. It's like, he did it pretty well.
No, it's not.
He did it pretty well. And if you know what you're doing,
You need to,
it's
first of all,
very sexy.
read the signs and then be close, but
Yeah.
no touching. And while you're asking it very clearly,
Yeah.
but in a, soft and enticing voice.
And not just
Not that hard.
Not just say everything cool. No, you have to make it hot.
Yes.
Which they made it very good.
Use nice words.
Instead of asking for consent, he asked, "Do you want me to stop?" And it's like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfectly well. See, that's the thing. I think this movie is pretty good because it does all of that stuff. It does all of the fan fiction-y stuff, while with a very pretty picture.
Sure.
Now, I am not a fan of Jacob Elordi. I don't think he's pretty at all. Honestly, I think he's kind of ugly. He looks very caveman-esque. Yeah, he's got
Really?
a protruding chin and he's got really deep brows, which I just find.
He's tall and he's dark and he's handsome.
But he's too tall.
Yes, this
he
fucking
looks like
voice.
a fucking. He looks like a. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but he looks like a monster.
He looks like a brute.
Yeah.
No, he's super pretty.
Caveman.
He's a pretty little.
No,
he's
he's
a pretty
not.
boy. Okay, whatever. I think most people would disagree with you.
Especially not with that fucking hairdo and the sideburns. I hate it.
I think they turned him into like the most like dashing rogue kind of handsome slightly dangerous man, because he had the dark clothing, he had the gold tooth, he had the earring. They even called him a pirate at one point. It's like it was the perfect mix of like super chiseled like male model and also like a bit of a dangerous fiend, exactly what women seem to want.
Suppose, but I don't get it. It's the same with Pride and Prejudice.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has always been fawning over Mr. Darcy. What's his name? Matthew McFadden. I don't see it. He's not attractive.
But there's more
He
how
also
he
looks
acts,
weird.
how he is as a person. I think Mr. Darcy he's a fucking proper gentleman.
Isn't he also a bit of a douchebag?
Yeah, but that's the complexity in the character. From what I know, I haven't seen that movie in years and years.
I'm not sure I've seen it.
It's
same with Colin Firth playing him as well.
Yeah.
You're not attractive. I don't get it.
No, but it's not about looks. There it is. I think the character of Mr. Darcy is very, very well written, because I learned some about that story watching that documentary about Jane Austen. There it is, the fact that he challenges whatever the girl in that story is called, because she just wants to be treated as a proper lady all the time, and she's almost kind of like Elizabeth. Yeah, she's almost a bit I don't know, fils for nam. I don't know how to say that in Sweden in English. She's a little too good,
Goody two shoes. I don't know.
Goody two shoes, sort of like and he kind of challenges her. It's like she kind of puts her in her spot, and she responds to that, because she's not just treated as a pretty object like everyone else does. He kind of treats her as a human and challenges her.
But why does she hate him then?
Well, she does until she loves him, because she realizes that he's the only one, despite him constantly, challenging her and disagreeing with her. It's him actually respecting her opinion, instead of just saying, "Oh yes, of course, my lady, of course."
Like the husband in Wuthering Heights was kind of like, yes, whatever you want, you're always right, my love.
Yeah.
Shut up, you pushover.
He was nice,
He was nice, but it was a little bit like, yes, darling, whatever you want.
I'm glad it didn't turn him into a complete fucking cuck. He was still like,
yeah,
he was a good person.
Yeah,
he was never just like a simpering fucking like moron, like they do in some movies.
Yes, I agree. He was a bit meek in the beginning, but he grew assertive in a nice way. In
a nice way, yeah.
I appreciated that.
Yeah, and
it wasn't the whole, "Oh, I won't touch you. You're too pure, even though you're my wife." No.
And the whole thing like, "Oh, I wish to marry you, but yeah, I'm too scared to even be in the same room as you." No, there seemed to be some genuine love, at least, to some extent. To some degree from her, but more from him, of course. So yeah, I
No,
like...
the whole sleeping in separate bedrooms. I never get that. I will never get that.
No, well,
That's not. It can't have anything to do with decency either. Once you're married, like, come on, you're married.
I mean, different times.
With the baby, I was like, I get it, kinda.
Yeah.
Also, we're not spoiling anything here. It's an old story.
Yeah. But yeah, I was going to say, I even think he was kind of more mature than Heathcliff.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, especially there in the end, when he basically knows that they have been fucking around behind his back. But he also understands...
which is why he says eventually, like, you know what? Stop it, please. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, it's better if you don't spend so much time with Mr. Heathcliff. But I think he also, especially in the end there, when she dies, spoilers. Hey, this is the spoilercast. You know the deal. Fuck off. He also understands.
Again, I assume she does that in the original, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we're not really spoiling anything here. He knows that she has loved him much longer and much more passionately than she ever loved him. So he's not gonna deny him to like go to her on her deathbed. You know, he does say you don't want to see it, but you know, of course.
Yeah.
So that's very mature of him. He even wants to like embrace him, to like comfort him, and he's like, "No, fuck you.
I'll kill you.
Oh yeah, I'll kill you. I'll break his ribcage. I'll cut out his heart. I'll slit his throat." And she was like, "Oh my God, would you do that for me?" Yes.
No, that's where she went. He's a bit crazy.
But it was at first
it's
like
too far, my guy.
It's like, "Oh my God, you would kill for me?" And it's like, "Oh, wait a minute, he would kill for me. Jesus Christ."
Yeah.
That's ultimately why the big problem with this is the fact that I feel that the romance is a little juvenile. It's so incredibly, fairy tale fucking, we love each other and we will never stop loving each other. I will take 1,000 I will take 1,000 beatings for you. I will sick the dogs on you. Then every bite shall be the greatest sensation I've ever had. It's like, oh my God, calm down, bro. That's why she married Edgar. He was more grounded. Heathcliff is someone you have a summer fling with.
Yes, but you have to keep in mind, a woman wrote that.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Because sometimes men are very bad at expressing what they feel for their women.
Sure.
How much and how passionately they love them. So when women act out on it, they imagine it being this over the top, too much. I would kill for you. I would die for you. Any pain I take from you or for you will be like a I don't know, kiss or something from you instead.
Yeah. Which is,
there's this I'm willing to hurt or be hurt to show how much I love you, which is something that isn't normally said these days.
No, but that's very funny.
Not those specific words, but
that's very interesting that you bring that up, because we did talk about that not that long ago. That is how a man expresses love. That he is if he has found someone he loves, he is willing to die. That's why men go into war. That's why men go into burning buildings, because they're willing to die for the person they love. They're willing to die to protect their family.
But the woman wants to hear it also, not only be
they don't
deserted for war.
No, but that's the thing. They don't actually want us to do all that. They just want us to say it. But that's the ultimate protection.
There's a difference.
We make sure that we keep the enemy out of our country. We're just being proactive.
But why do you have to be so far away when you protect?
Because as much as we love you, we also love our country. We're speaking of war, I'm kidding. I mean, that's part of it,
Do you understand what I'm saying, though? Like, the protectiveness can be very enticing, but when it goes so far to us, I'll protect you, but I'm gonna be all the way over there to do it. It's like, but I can't feel your love then. You're too far away.
Sure. But then there is also, and that's why I think this is kind of juvenile, because if there is war, should we then not? And you know, sure, you can always say, well, it's better to not wage war, but yeah, but if the enemy is approaching, you know, our borders, should we not go? Should we stay with you?
No, of course. The war is just a very drastic.
I know. But you know, because that's the whole chivalry thing.
Yeah. Yes. Now I'm talking more smaller scale here.
Sure, but
more modern ways as well.
But on a smaller scale, don't we do that? Or we don't go to...
Men are very bad at expressing how much they love someone.
Sure.
Because often they're afraid they'll be judged by other men for some stupid, toxic, masculine way.
Well, that's also something. I'm not trying to gotcha you here, but that's also now become a thing, though. Then, because I don't have any evidence right now, so you know, take this for what you will. But there have been articles written now that some women are just like kind of turned off by how sensitive men have become. And then it's just like,
yes, there's this.
You wanted us. What do you?
There's this performative male.
No, not that.
No.
But also,
it's what we call it.
Sure, but then there's been like I've read some when men have like genuinely professed their feelings for a woman, they've been like, and they're like, you know, the whole thing like, oh, we want to talk about our problems. We want to be able to show our feelings and even cry on your shoulder instead of you crying on our shoulder. And women have been like, okay, this isn't what I wanted.
There's always gonna be someone who doesn't like it, of course.
Yeah, and
it's hard to say what like the majority wants because you need to ask a lot of people for that.
Yeah,
but within certain things, I'd say like. Women who tend to gravitate towards books would probably want a man that expresses his feelings, is open and very loud with how he loves and what he loves.
Yeah.
While I guess women who maybe gravitate towards, I don't know, more the only thing I can think of are like grifters, female grifters. They don't want that. They want money. They don't care. They want a strong man who can provide extra money and look good.
Yeah.
They don't care about emotions because they're emotionless themselves.
Yeah.
Like that's like the polar opposites for me.
Yeah.
The lovey-dovey book fairy and the fucking grifter bimbo, basically.
Yeah. Judging off of how Heathcliff is portrayed in this movie, though, if that is the kind of we say that it's the like peak male like person a woman would want to be with, who is super emotional, but he's also very, you know, assertive and a bit rough around the edges. I think in reality, what you're looking for then is especially since this is so fucking, you know, horny to, you know, even there's some like kink and bondage stuff involved in the movie. Very light, but there's some there. You know, there's, you know, they're probably looking for like a sex nerd, to be honest, someone who in their dating profile has my kinks are, you know, that kind of stuff, because they are very open about what they want, and they're all about, you know, the aftercare and emotions are very important in aftercare and all that. But then I don't know, women in general, I don't know how interested they are in like sex nerds on like Fet Life.
I don't.
That's it's the eternal contradiction of what women want. That's why we have been wondering for centuries, millennia, even like, what the hell do you actually want? Because it's never really clear.
You're trying to figure out what women want as a whole, when every individual want very specific things separately from anyone else.
Of course.
It is very hard to just go, this is what women like, and like give a list.
Yeah.
Same with men, but men are simpler.
Yes. What do men want? They want women.
Yeah, and like sports or something. I don't know.
It's and
but it is very hard with men too. Like such a simple thing as buying fucking Christmas gifts for men is the most difficult thing in the world, even when they have hobbies. So hard sometimes.
No, you see, that's at least, you know,
had this conversation before, but yeah,
I can only go based on myself there. I wouldn't really care what you buy. It's the fact that you bought me something that is so nice. oh, thank you. You do love me. You know? Unless you're like buying something passive aggressive, you know?
Yes, but like if I bought you a pair of socks, you wouldn't think that way.
No, okay. No, of course there has to be some thought put into it. A pair of socks, no, but
like you're easier because you like movies. You like very specific movies.
And you're not,
it's easier to buy stuff for you. But like Dad, that's impossible.
No, he's so grateful for everything he gets. Also, it's different when it's, you know, a brother instead of a romantic partner. That's very different, you know.
Sure.
I'll tell you your
very
face.
Difficult to buy for a fiance.
Sure. But that's also, like you said, it's very much on a personal level there. But I think in general, like just a little bit of appreciation is all we want. It's the Bill Burr bit when he comes home. It's an old bit, and he comes home. He's a bit irritated for some reason, and he's like, a bit standoffish. He sits down on the couch, and just out of nowhere, his girlfriend at the time, wife now, just like hands him like, I made you a sandwich. So I thought you might be hungry. And he's just like, and he just completely breaks down, you know. Like, you made me a sandwich? Because, you know, we just want a little appreciation. That's it. That's all we want.
You know what? That's what women want too.
Really? You'd be okay with just a sandwich?
Yeah.
Because it's okay. So it's the thought that counts.
Yes.
Okay.
If I'm grumpy and annoyed, and I tell my fiance that when he's at work, and he comes home and has bought like a chocolate, or he even like makes dinner before I have to ask, I'll be so happy.
Sure.
That would almost. That's so simple. It's not that hard.
No, I know. And
you know,
but there's also, you know, and it goes both ways. I'm not just gonna say it's harder because usually if there's something, you know, you wanna something at work and you maybe want to vent about it, our we've talked about this as well, but you know, our first instinct isn't to like just like just listen to it.
No, it's
our first
instinct is solve the problem.
Yeah, our first instinct is we should solve the problem. Yeah, we should do this. It's like, no, that's not what I want. And I understand that bit as well, because I'm kind of the same sometimes. I don't want you to solve it for me. I just want you to say, yeah, that sucks.
I understand. Yeah, I get it. That's terrible for you.
Sucks.
I hope tomorrow's better.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
I hope they listen to you next time.
Yeah. But men like...
You can make them listen by doing this. Shut up. Shut up.
Men are very... Because men are... You know, take this...
No, that's not fair. No, women do that too.
Yeah, I know. But I was going to say men are not... Wrong choice of word, but they're logical first, emotional second. And I think women are the other way around. That's where a lot of disconnect...
To a certain degree, yeah.
A lot of disconnect happens.
I don't know if the mic is picking up, but my cat is yelling at us. In Wuthering Heights, Margot Robbie's character, Kathy, is dying for Heathcliff to just tell her how he feels, and she's asking for it without asking it, which is the thing that men don't like with women. She asks him, "What would you do if you were rich?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'd probably be mean to my servants, and I'd take a wife."
I'd take a wife.
A wife? And all she wants him to say is, yeah, I'd marry you. But no.
Yeah. But
I don't know if he doesn't understand that she wants to hear that, or if he chooses to not say it.
He understands, but
I don't know which stupid he is.
he also knows.
Kind of stupid.
Because he is like 95% sure that she's into him. Because this is before...
Yeah.
This is before they've had their little...
Anything.
Their little lust, moment of lust, you know, where it flared up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where we are very careful, more so now than back then. Like if there is not both for our own heart's sake, but also just for you know, appearance's sake. Like if there's any hesitation, we don't want to like say anything like, it's like, oh, I love you, lady, and they're like, oh, I don't. And then it's
but
like,
you know how he could have said it. You know how he could have said it to like get confirmation.
Yeah.
He could have said, yeah, maybe I'd marry you. Casually just say, maybe I'd marry you, and see how she reacts. If she goes, oh, would you? Start smiling. Duh, you're in. Go for it. If she goes, oh, no, you'd probably be better with someone else. that would be a harsh rejection.
But that's the thing also. That's where our like repressing of emotions come in, because that rejection, like he says, it would haunt him forever. Like I've had it happen more than once, and it's the worst. It, at least for me, I'm speaking from personal experience here. It wrecks me for weeks. And it's not. It doesn't have to be someone I like. Fucking like. Oh my god, I'm in love. It might be someone I like. And I'm like, prodding and poking a little bit, and maybe, and they're like, no. I mean, I like you, but not like that. And it's just like, and all you say is like, oh, cool, man. And then you just go, and you crawl into a hole and want to rip your guts out. That's why you don't want to just say,
you know what?
I love you.
Do you know what the difference is? Because a woman feels the same way, but she wouldn't crawl into a hole. She would crawl into the arms of her best friend and cry about it.
Yeah, and that best friend, all he wants... You mean best friend, girlfriend, or man friend?
Girl.
Okay.
Any friend, really.
Because then you have
who is, platonically just best friend,
sure,
nothing else.
But there you have the next problem.
They would go to them and cry about it.
Girls always want to be friends with guys.
Men don't have that kind of...
Well, we do, to a certain extent. It's more unspoken between men.
Can you go to your best friend and cry in his arms if you need to? Not for loss and death, but for rejection.
Yeah,
because there's a difference in how you cry and what you cry for.
I believe I could with my best friend.
Okay, cool.
My two best friends. Yes, I do believe I could. I don't want to feel those feelings.
You?
So I have avoided it because and I don't know.
It's cathartic to cry.
I know. I do cry all the time, and we've talked about this. But I let it out in other ways, so that doesn't hurt as much. Because I don't know if it is that men and women just handle emotions differently. Because women, they cry all the time. They're so sad over stuff like this. Like a romantic rejection. It's the worst thing, and I don't. I don't want to feel that bad. I don't want to feel it.
You know what it is, probably?
Even letting it out, like, it hurts too much. That's how I feel.
You know what it is, probably? Women go through a cycle that they can't control. And they get very emotional during that cycle. Yeah. And they can't help but cry, especially during parts of it. So they just have to be used to letting out their emotions, because there's no way of stopping it.
Yeah. You see,
I think that might be it. We're forced by nature to let our emotions out.
Yeah.
There's no way of hiding it.
So I mean,
God damn, men need to have periods. No. That's how we would solve everything.
No. I don't think that's
suffer like we do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what we need. More suffering. Yeah. No.
Esh.
That you're just saying that because you're on that side of the suffering. If you were on this side, I would just no. Better to minimize the suffering. Unfortunately, it's all you.
All women wish we could get like a text instead, going, "You're not pregnant this month. Go on." Yeah. That doesn't happen.
No, but yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, it's not that we're emotionally stunted; it's that we
stunted.
We cannot deal in the same way women can with such strong emotions, so we push it down.
I suppose.
We're not equipped to deal with those emotions, and you have through genetics and biology.
Pain and suffering.
Yeah, you have no choice, unfortunately.
Natural.
So you have learned to take it.
Take the pain. Is that why Heathcliff is like trying to I don't know what to call it, like force a reaction from Kathy when he writes those letters that never arrive?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because he doesn't know how else to do it, so he like wants her to hurt as much as he does.
Yeah. That's also where going back to then reviewing the movie a little bit. That's where the juvenileness comes in again, because they both go, but him even more goes from like, oh, I'm so fucking in love with you, to like, oh, I fucking hate you, and I'm gonna do anything I can to ruin your life.
Bitch.
Yeah, you bitch. And then as soon as it's like
he takes a dog.
Yeah. But then he as soon as he realizes, oh shit, she's sick. Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it at all. Why? He's so all over the place. He's acting like a fucking woman.
Yeah,
I think that's
written by a woman.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a little bit that he's written by a woman, which makes him, kind of unreal. He's not believable.
Yeah.
he's too
which
he's a what do you call it? He's an ideal that
not sure what you're looking for.
no real man can really reach. I don't think any.
Which is why women write books like this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because in real life, if you want a man that's this sensitive, he's probably gay, or he's not assertive enough because he's too emotional. So when you ask him to like roll me over and smush my face into the pillow, fuck me from behind, he's like, I don't want to do that. No, he's like,
I don't want to hurt you. Yeah. Well,
this is what
to finish off
this is
the
what
movie,
this
though.
is. This is the fucking that meme. This is the male fucking fantasy, and it's disgusting. Wuthering Heights. That's the female fucking fantasy, and it's disgusting. Because the most romantic.
No, you're right. It is.
Romantic thing you can do is die in the end, and the guy will just lay next to your corpse and say, "I love you forever. Oh, hold me, please. I cannot live without you. You are my life. You are my love." Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You're dead. What do you care?
Yeah. No, I want my partner to be so devoted to me that he will not take another wife after I'm gone. He will die beside me from heartbreak.
Yeah.
That's what women want.
And I think
I suppose
men kind of want the same. We're just not as good as expressing it.
Get better then.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
That's not reality. It's never gonna happen. But I guess we'll always have Wuthering Heights.
Yes.
That's not
final thing about the movie, though. Going back to sure. Actually the movie.
Yeah.
We said that the visuals were striking, but the visuals were striking, and then on top of that,
not all the
really
time
good
though.
Music.
The music was good, yeah. Even the Charlie XCX stuff, although it sounded very modern, it actually fit, and all her very ethereal sounds fit very well into the theme. And since this was a more of kind of modern version, it worked with that kind of music. But they also had a lot of like traditional, like English like singing in it as well, which I liked a lot. I liked all the music. The music was probably my favorite part of the movie.
Oh no, the fashion! Oh my god, her dresses.
Some of them,
amazing.
I don't know. I thought stuff if talking recent movies, I thought Frankenstein was much prettier looking. The movie in general, the dresses and the set design and everything. The only like
apart
super
from Kathy's bedroom here,
huh? Her bedroom.
Everything apart from because that was abysmal. Disgusting. The fucking flesh-colored walls with the beauty marks and veins.
That was supposed to represent
disgusting.
Her emotions.
No, but apart from that room, my God, was the house and her fashion and the diamonds and all that shit gorgeous.
Yeah, sure.
Gorgeous.
It was good. Yeah, but it seemed better.
If it was socially acceptable, women would walk around in that every day. Except for maybe the tightness of the corsets, but other than that, they would walk around in that every day. I'm telling you, most women would love that.
It looked a little too stagey, I think. A lot of the movie, I mean, obviously, lots of it was shot on the fucking moors, but there were some stuff that looked so stagey. And then I think, movies like Frankenstein or a movie that came out a few years ago, The Favorite, I don't know, it looked a lot more lived in. It didn't look so stagey, so fake.
I think that was a choice, though, to make it look stagey and like set pieces.
Yeah, it definitely was.
It
didn't gel with me.
Even more like to make it more like fanfiction-y, to make it more,
Yeah, and I don't like fanfiction, so it didn't work for me. And that's we didn't talk much about Emerald Fennel as a writer, but this is if you liked Saltburn, you're gonna like this. If you disliked Saltburn, you're not gonna like this, because this is the same. It's very fake, complex, deep. Huh?
I don't agree.
You didn't even see Saltburn.
I don't agree. Yes, I did.
You said you didn't see it.
I saw it before you did.
Why did you say you hadn't seen any of her previous movies?
I said I thought I hadn't seen a lot of her previous
okay.
movies. I didn't fucking realize Saltburn was one of them, first of all. I haven't seen Promising Young Women. I don't know about that one.
That's the only
one we were
movie
talking
she's
about
made.
more. Yeah, I've seen Saltburn. I didn't know. I wouldn't have known it was the same director
Oh, okay. Well,
if I didn't know it. They were completely different kind of movies for me. The only semblance here is that Jacob Elordi is the main lead.
No, but it's very stagey, and the big empty houses. She seems to love that. It's this nouveau riche kind of style that she likes, which feels very modern, which feels very, I don't know, just because Charlie XX was from, feels very bratty. Like I want a big, like it's a big dollhouse. I mean, they literally had a dollhouse of the house in the movie. It's all fake.
Yeah.
It's all surface. There's nothing beneath. That's how I felt.
I think it represents a mask that the people are wearing to seem other than what they actually are, and then when they talk and they hide and they do things in secret, that's who they really are.
Yeah, but I felt that what was beneath the mask wasn't very deep beneath the mask either for me.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
No. This is to wrap this up now. It's a 2 out of 5 for me. It was pretty.
It's 3 out of 5 at least.
It's pretty whatever. Like I think it's also because like we've talked about this a couple of times. Also, I think I have matured a little bit in how I see like love stories and stuff. Like this felt so incredibly, like I said, it was very fantastic and fairy tale, and it's just like comparing this to another movie, which this was kind of similar, and it's one of my favorite movies of last year. If we're going to talk, Baby Girl, but it was also kind of about not that this was specifically about a sexual awakening, but there was the whole taboo stuff, and there the flaring of passions and all that. But I think the way Helena Rain approached it in Baby Girl was a much more mature. You know what I mean? It wasn't so fucking. It didn't end with him like whisking her away on a motorcycle, and she's in a leather outfit, and she's like, it says "Daddy" on his helmet and "Doggy" on her. Whatever. It's very. In the end, it's very. It's back to reality, basically.
Sure. But when you're doing a period piece like this, you kind of need to have a bit of that fantasy in it, because it is a
fairy tale.
It is a fairy tale of olden times,
Yeah.
the way we remember it, the way we want to remember olden times. But when you're doing a modern, it's happening now. No, you can't really do that.
Yeah, because fairy tales are
I'd like
real,
to see I'd like to see Helena Rain try and do a period piece and see if she can capture it.
I think that would be incredibly boring.
I don't think she'd be very good at that.
No. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not.
I don't think she'd be able to put those emotions that she has in her movies into this kind of setting, because they wouldn't match.
No, she's interested in much more complex things than just "I'll love you forever."
No, but you can have complex things in period pieces as well.
No, I'm not talking about period pieces. This is a romance. That's what I'm talking. It's not just that it takes place in olden times. It's that it's a fairy tale. A fairy tale can take place nowadays. It's that it is a fairy tale. It's not supposed to be complex. It's not supposed to deconstruct anything. It's just supposed to be a nice romantic fairy tale. And I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that.
That's the thing. You don't like fairy tales.
No, exactly. I'm nothing wrong with that. I just don't like that. I don't gravitate towards that anymore. 5-10 years ago, I probably would have been crying over this movie, because I wasn't as comfortable in my feelings back then as I am now. Now it's just like, I don't know.
The romantic in me likes fairy tales, so I liked it.
Sure. But that's that's art for it. It's very subjective. What works for you might not work for me, and vice versa.
Exactly.
So that's gonna have to be it. If you're into fairy tale romances, you're probably gonna like this. If you like a little more complexity in your movies, some more levels, probably not. You might appreciate some of it, but nah.
Ah.
But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We are doing, for Patreon, we're doing another adaptation. It is Andrea Arnold, right? Who did the other Wuthering Heights, with Kaya Scodelario in the main role? Yes, Andrea Arnold, yeah.
Yeah, Andrea Arnold.
Which I'm interested to see, because that is, of course, not as book-talky, not as horny, from what I understand. It's more reserved, kind of like I'm guessing what the original text is. We're gonna be recording this in just a few days. I don't think I have time unless I'm like listening to it on like 200% speed. But I was gonna try to like listen to Wuthering Heights. I'll try, but I don't think I'll have time to. Just to compare.
No.
But yeah, if you want to see what we thinks of Andrea Arnold's Wuthering Heights, yeah, check us out on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. But that's it. Once again, thanks so much for listening. We'll see you in the next episode. And until then, have a good one. Oh, wait. Bye!
Bye!
The spoilerCast is part of Please Don't Make a Scene. It is hosted by Tobias Vedén and Rebecca Vedén. Produced and directed by Tobias Vedén. Executive producer is Annika Vedén. I also want to give a shout out to our patrons over on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. Matej Vicky, Spencer Gravely, Jacob, Sika85, Christopher Belén, Daniel Del Geiso, Mom and Mac, Mom, Dad, and Laura Kinney.